There is a nest above your front door right now that could put you in a hospital bed, and you might not even know it is there. Every year, people get stung multiple times in their own driveway, on their own porch, just feet from where they sleep, because they assumed a small gray papery lump tucked under the eaves was nothing to worry about. It is not nothing. It is a colony that started with a single queen in spring and by late summer can hold thousands of workers, all of them defending that spot like it is the most important piece of real estate on Earth. And here is the part almost nobody tells you. The most dangerous time to deal with a wasp nest is not when you first spot it. It is later, once the colony has already decided your home is theirs. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how that happens, why some nests turn aggressive almost overnight, and where wasps are hiding right now in places most homeowners never think to check. Wasps do not pick your house by accident. They are looking for the same things we look for in a home: shelter from wind and rain, a stable temperature, and easy access to food. Roof overhangs, attic vents, hollow porch columns, and gaps behind siding give them exactly that. Add a yard with flowering plants, an open trash can, or even a forgotten soda spilled near the patio, and you have created a 5-star location as far as a scouting queen is concerned. Once she picks a spot, she builds a small starter nest, often no bigger than a golf ball, and lays the first batch of eggs herself. Most people walk right past this stage without noticing, and that is exactly the problem. If you want more of these practical home tips, go ahead and hit subscribe now, because we are only getting started, and I promise the next part changes how you think about that nest sitting on your roofline. Also drop a comment below and tell me if you have ever dealt with a wasp nest around your home, because some of your stories are wilder than you would expect. Here is something most people do not realize. A wasp nest that looks tiny in June can be unrecognizable by August. The colony grows in stages, and each new batch of workers makes the nest bigger, the population denser, and the defense of that nest more intense. Early in the season, wasps are relatively calm because there is little to protect. But as summer progresses and the nest fills with larvae and a growing worker population, the wasps become noticeably more defensive of the area around it. This is why a nest that seemed harmless in spring can suddenly feel like a minefield by the time kids are playing in the backyard for summer break. And this is where the real danger starts. A single wasp sting is painful, but usually manageable for most healthy adults. The problem is that wasps, unlike honeybees, can sting repeatedly without dying, and when a nest is disturbed, the colony can send out dozens of defenders at once. Multiple stings in a short period can cause a much stronger reaction than a single sting, simply because of the amount of venom entering the body. For someone with an allergy, even one sting can trigger a serious reaction requiring emergency care. This is not fear-mongering. It is one of the most consistent warnings from allergists and pest professionals alike, and it is exactly why nests near doorways, walkways, and children's play areas deserve more attention than most homeowners give them. Speaking of children, this is where things get personal for a lot of families. Kids running through the yard, kicking a ball near a fence line, or poking curiously at a strange papery object under a deck are far more likely to accidentally disturb a nest than an adult who spots it first. Pets are even more at risk. A dog sniffing around a hole in the ground where a nest has formed can trigger a defensive swarm in seconds. And because dogs cannot explain what happened, owners often do not realize why their pet is suddenly in distress. If you have a nest anywhere near a fence, gate, or path your kids or pets regularly use, that location moves from an annoyance to an actual safety concern. Now here is a curiosity most people never think about. Wasps are not just a health risk. Some species can cause real property damage. Certain wasps chew on wood fibers to build their papery nests, and over time, repeated nesting in the same structural area, like a shed corner, a fence post, or wooden trim around a roofline, can lead to surface damage. Nests built inside wall voids or attics can also leave stains or minor structural mess once they are removed, since the material breaks down and can trap moisture against wood surfaces. It is not the dramatic destruction some videos claim, but it is a legitimate reason not to let a nest sit in the same spot year after year. This brings us to the places wasps hide that most homeowners simply never check. Behind loose siding, inside unused grills that sit outdoors all summer, underneath deck boards, inside the gap where a mailbox post meets the ground, behind shutters that do not sit flush against the house, inside old birdhouses nobody has cleaned out in years, in one of the most overlooked spots of all, inside attic vents and soffits where a nest can grow for weeks completely out of sight before anyone notices increased wasp activity near an upstairs window. So how do you know a nest is growing before you can actually see it? There are a few early signs. An increase in wasps flying in and out of a single specific area, almost like they are using it as a doorway, is one of the clearest signals. A faint papery smell in an attic or wall cavity can be another clue, since the nest material has a distinct, dry, woody scent. If you notice wasps consistently flying at the same height along a wall, tracing what looks like an invisible path, they are very likely following a route to and from a nest entrance nearby. Catching these signs early gives you far more options than waiting until the nest is fully visible and defended by hundreds of workers. Now let's talk about the biggest mistakes people make once they finally spot a nest. The most common one is spraying it from a distance with whatever product is under the kitchen sink, without checking if it is actually rated for wasps, and without a plan for what happens next. A partially disturbed nest often leads to a surge of defensive wasps, which is how most stings actually happen, not from an untouched nest, but from one that has just been provoked. The second biggest mistake is doing this during the day. Wasps are most active in daylight hours, which means daytime removal attempts are far riskier than most people expect. The third mistake, and maybe the most avoidable one, is standing too close while spraying, underestimating how quickly agitated wasps can reach a person even several feet away. So when is it actually reasonable to handle a small nest yourself, and when should you call a professional? If the nest is small, newly started, easily accessible, and located somewhere with a clear retreat path, some homeowners choose to treat it themselves using an appropriately labeled product, typically at dusk when wasps are less active and mostly inside the nest. Protective clothing, safe distance, and a clear exit route are non-negotiable if you go this route. But if the nest is large, hidden inside a wall or attic space located high up near a roofline, or if anyone in the household has a known allergy, professional removal is the safer choice every time. Pest professionals have equipment, protective gear, and experience dealing with defensive colonies that most homeowners simply do not have. And for nests inside structures, they can also assess whether there is hidden damage behind the wall or soffit that needs repair once the wasps are gone. Prevention is really where you win this battle long-term. Sealing gaps around siding, soffits, and roof lines removes the shelter that attracts scouting queens in the first place. Keeping outdoor trash cans tightly sealed and cleaning up spilled food or sugary drinks quickly removes an easy food source, reducing standing water nearby, and trimming back dense shrubs close to the house takes away favorite early nesting spots. Some homeowners also do a walk around in early spring, specifically looking for small starter nests, since catching one at that golf ball stage is far easier and safer than dealing with a mature colony later in the season. At the end of the day, a wasp nest near your home is not something to panic over, but it is absolutely something to take seriously. What starts as a small, easy-to-miss structure can quietly grow into a genuine hazard for your family, your pets, and even your home itself if it is left alone long enough. Pay attention to the early signs, act before the colony matures, and know when a job calls for a professional instead of a DIY attempt. If this video helped you understand the real risks sitting closer to home than you thought, subscribe for more practical, no-nonsense home tips, and let me know in the comments if you are dealing with a nest right now, because your question might be exactly what we cover next.